Hello, everyone. BLB here, and welcome to another episode of Labcraft. I have been very, very busy off camera, and I got a little bit to show you. Okay, well, first things first. You might notice there's now two villagers in boats sitting inside my igloo right now. That was It was quite the journey. I mean, it wasn't exciting, but I had to go quite a distance to find another living villager, and then to get them back to base was, oh, yeah, just a long, agonizing process. Uh, I mean, the good thing was I found a village that was somewhat close to the ocean, so I didn't have a lot of ground I had to cross in a boat. But I mean, it was quite some distance away. Um, but I've also done a lot of decorating. First thing you'll notice, the nether portal. Yeah, I made it a little bit bigger so it actually matches the doorway of my igloo a little bit. But uh, yeah, and then just kind of covered it all in snow blocks, so it's not just like random black blocks that are sticking out of nowhere. My tree farm's still right here, but I'm gonna move it, and I'll talk about where I'm moving that here in a minute. But probably the biggest change, the ice farm, and it has changed a lot. Uh, Now this part is basically the same farm. I just decorated it. I added another floor so I could harvest higher up if need be, and then I added an entire second farm the same size. I doubled the size of this farm uh, over the weekend. And I had to do a little bit of business with Swift in order to acquire all of these pistons because I just didn't have the iron to dump into it. But uh, I wanted this to be able to produce a lot faster than it has been. And I'm going to need to harvest here very soon. It looks like, well, at least this one's getting pretty well filled up. But yeah, like I don't know. We sold a whole bunch of ice at one point, and it actually took some grinding at the ice spikes in order to do a restock. And I already had a stock supply when it happened, so it was a little bit frustrating. So I thought, you know what? I'll just double the size of the farm. This is going to cover it, and it does. Like, I mean, it produces quite a bit now. And then after I got the second one built, I decided why not add some decoration to all of this? Why not make it look nice? Um, and I'm still not sure I'm done with it. Like, I kind of want to do more around the edges. Like, I don't think I like the boxy thing. I was thinking about maybe like just doing some leaf blocks clustered around the tops or the corners. I don't know. It's kind of tough to decide. Another thing I want to oh, well, yeah, another thing I wanted to put in was some staircases. Like, yeah, I got the bubble tubes here, but say I want to go halfway up, it's kind of hard to do that because I only have the two wide bubble tube. There, I managed to get through. So, and what's cool is I can harvest from up here now, and that gets me a few more stacks of ice out of the whole ordeal. You notice I covered right below where the ice is in crafting tables, and that's partially decoration, but also practicality. And now it's producing so much ice that it's going to fill up your inventory if you try and harvest it all. So no matter where you are, when your inventory fills up, you can just look at the ground, convert a lot of it into packed ice, and then continue harvesting. I haven't completed carpeting at all here. I've been dealing with a single sheep wool farm to produce all this carpet, and of course it's not happening very fast. Um, but yeah, this one's the exact same as the first one. Decorations and all. I just kind of like uh, connected them on the corners, and then I think I'm probably gonna do like some platforms in between, maybe some stairwells to traverse between the two floors on the outside here. One thing is I don't like how this is kind of flush with the edge. I feel like it should stick out a little bit like the roof does up above. But I don't know, I couldn't find a way to make it look right. And so I'm thinking like attaching stairwells to these outside edges uh, might be the solution to all of those problems. And then back here in the corner of the farm, you probably noticed that it's leading down into this hole in the ground. This is just another entrance down into the ravine. And just upon coming down here, you probably noticed a lot of things have changed. Pay no attention to the black stone there. I believe Techno used that as a way to get out rather than just using the bubble tube that I had in place. So now I got to rip that down on top of everything else. Uh, but well, for one thing is you could. Ooh, ooh. I didn't mean to fall off there, but you can see I got myself another elevator shaft started here. The reason I didn't finish this bubble tube is, well, if you look, it's leading right down into my beacon. So I'm gonna move the whole beacon over 2 blocks, and then I'll continue. I'll be able to put this bubble tube together, and then I'll probably put another one on the far end. Um, but I got a few plans for like some of the things I've done in here. I have cleared a lot of a lot of spaces down here. The biggest will probably be this space right here. Just a big clear, and I'm thinking I want to make this even bigger, but uh, this is going to be where I start growing trees. I don't want them up on top like uh, just cluttering up the landscape. I might put a few trees up there, but they're going to be like strategically placed. I don't want just clusters of them. But down here, yeah, and this, still looking at it, doesn't seem like it's enough area because I want to grow more than, I mean, I'm mostly using spruce, so that's probably what I'm going to grow the most of. But I want to grow more than that in case I want the different wood types. So I might even like expand past where the bubble tube is going to be. Maybe just do spruce all in this area. I can start leveling and the this stuff out over here and then grow like all the other different tree types over there. Just create another space as equally as big as this one is. Um, and well, if we let's go ahead and move up a floor from here. And here, right next to the super smelter, I cleared out a little hallway. And here again, I might increase the size of this. The only downside is right behind this wall is the pistons, which uh, help the furnaces rotate. Um, so I can't really push this wall back, but I could maybe do like a lip out around and then like go back in further like over here. But this is going to be kelp farm area, just a completely renewable fuel source for the super smelter. I've still been stocking it with the coal that I find. I just don't skip over the coal. You know, like usually you do get to that mode where you get so much fuel coming in that when you see coal, you don't bother mining it all out. Well, I've been mining it all out. Well, I didn't get it all clearly, but usually, you know, if I come by an area, if there's a coal vein in there, I get every block of it, and I will eventually clear it all out of this ravine. It's just I mean, there's a lot of work to be done inside this ravine. Um, so you notice I've been bridging across and stuff. Oh, I gotta fix this somehow. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to start getting in platforms, and I started just putting bridges to get across from side to side of the ravine. And over here, there's a little space I cleared out, and I'm actually thinking I'm gonna attempt to build a creeper farm in this general area. Um, I'd like to figure out where the chunk borders are, which I mean it wouldn't be. I don't know. I need to be able to get 64 blocks away, and I don't think the end of the ravine is 64 blocks away. It's probably pretty close. But yeah, I want to put a creeper farm in this area, or at least somewhere over. I might put it back a little bit further, but it's probably not going to be spectacular. It's not going to have insane rates, but I also don't need insane rates. Um, I'm not trying to like sell gunpowder or firework rockets. In fact, I might still end up buying fireworks a lot. But the thing is like, yeah, we run into occasions where there's no fireworks in stock, and then there's none to buy, and so I want something to fall back on in those scenarios. And I think if I put something in this corner and it's producing even on a, I don't know, a mediocre level, it'll be enough to keep me supplied in what I need. Um, and then, of course, I'll need sugar cane. So I'm thinking like sugar cane in this area, which I'll have to clear space for. I'm probably going to move the cattle farm over to here by the wheat farm. This was always meant to be a temporary thing. The wool farm as well. I'll probably move that around. And then the storage. This is just these chests. This is just the materials that I've been gathering as I've been clearing things out. So none of that stuff is permanent, really. In fact, this is the ender chest for my inventory. Um, but I think the project for today is going to be the creeper farm. I do got the villagers, and I might want to get a breeder up if I can, but that's going to be I want to like dig that way and kind of make a hallway to it, and then I'm thinking using rails to move them around, just because that makes things a lot easier. I don't like to give villagers a lot of free will. So yeah, probably over that direction. I want to get like outside of the simulation distance, at least from my igloo, which even like over here, I think I'm already at like 40 some blocks. So I mean, another 20 blocks in this direction, build myself a little breeder. I kind of want to try and make it all look nice, and as I'm trying to spruce up the ravine. I'm using spruce. Okay, I'm sorry. Uh, but like it's just a lot of work. It's a lot. I've been grinding away at it, as you can tell. I mean, I've done a lot, but there's still a lot more to do. So I guess instead of babbling on any further, I I guess I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna start digging away at this area here where I'm gonna build this creeper farm. Well, it has been a few days in real life. I entirely missed a day yesterday. Uh, but I've been digging. I think I'm about halfway down. I don't know. I'm going clear down to bedrock, I think. So maybe a little less than halfway. Uh, One issue I'm having is like every time I get my inventory full, like I'm trying not to let too many materials go to waste. So I'm coming back here and dropping them in chests and then going back down. But like getting back up has become extraordinarily difficult because, as you can see, I'm way too far down to just hop back up on my platform and come over here. So I've been just kind of floating down to the bottom and over to my bubble tube and then up the bubble tube and to come store all the items. So rather than keep making that trip, I think I'm going to complete this bubble tube. Uh, in order to do that, I'm going to have to move my beacon. But if you take a look at my pickaxe durability, uh, I think I need to take care of fixing that too. And I have to consider my shovel as well, as it doesn't have mending on it. That's going to make things a little bit more complicated. I wonder, can you convert them to netherite? Does that fix the durability if you do that? I might try. Alright, let's see if this works. So if I put the shovel in here along with the netherite ingot, oh, it does repair it some. Uh, well, I might as well do it now. I'm gonna head over to the shopping district. I'm about out of rockets again anyway, so I'm gonna go over there and maybe see if there's rockets to buy. I did get my pickaxe taken care of, as you can see, and I might actually do an ice harvest before I go. Oh no, I got time before I got to do that. All right, I'm gonna head over to the shopping district, see if there's any rockets to buy, and then maybe there's a slight chance that somebody restocked vending books somewhere. Well, uh, The shopping district's like dead. No, not really, but basically all the shops I frequent haven't really changed in days. There's no rockets to buy. There's no mending to buy. There's no new sales in either of my shops. Um, One thing I guess I could show you guys now. I deliberately left this out when I built it. We have a free sample machine here in the ice shop. And so if we look at our signs here, it says free sample, stand on pressure plate, then hit button. So you got to stand on the pressure plate and then hit the button, and you get hit in the face with a snowball. I thought it was pretty funny. A couple of the other guys, I think, got a laugh out of it. Techno complained about it, but whatever. I can give you a quick look at this redstone here, though. So um, the signal that sets everything off actually comes from the pressure plate that you stand on. This piston right here is actually getting a signal from the button. So whenever you press the button, it'll push this solid block in front of that repeater. That'll send the signal through our redstone circuit here. And you can see I got these sticky pistons set up on repeaters, as well as there's another sticky piston in there you can't really see, but that's what's holding the ice block in place in the wall. So basically what happens is whenever this torch turns off, it retracts that piston up there and it draws both those blocks down. Then it will send a signal into a redstone torch. Well, basically there's a redstone torch on the other side of this piston right here, and that feeds into a couple repeaters, which sends the signal back into the dropper. Oh yeah, I would give you a better look at it if I could actually get over there, but I can't without destroying the place, and I don't want to destroy the place. But yeah, it's a real simple little redstone circuit, and yeah, it was worth a few laughs, I suppose. I didn't want to show it when I first built it because I wanted people to kind of be taken by surprise from it. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my business here in the shopping district today. I gotta do something about rockets. I know I've collected a couple of gunpowder since I uh, crafted up my last few batches of rockets. I even bought, I think, a couple stacks since then. But yeah, none of the rocket shops are in place. Something happened in that shop. I don't know. It's not even a full building anymore. At first I thought it wasn't rendering in properly, but no, you come over here and there's holes in it. I'm not sure why. Uh, but yeah, um, hmm. I don't know. I suppose I can get back to digging. I could try and complete that creeper farm, or at least get a little bit further on it. But I desperately need. Well, I'm gonna need more rockets very soon. I desperately need to get mending for my shovel. I need it for my axe too. I might have to focus on villagers before I finish the creeper farm. I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure that out. And while in the process of working on this bubble tube, I ran out of spruce logs. um, so I went ahead and decided I'm gonna go ahead and start planting them in here. This is not how it's going to look in the end. I definitely want to make it look a lot better. But for now, I also need to start producing a lot more spruce wood. I'm using a lot of it on this base. That's really the only wood type I'm using. So yeah, I figured I'll go ahead and get some planted in here. That's a lot more than what I got growing up on the surface. In the meantime, I'm going to go up on the surface and chop down the trees that I got up there, so I could at least finish this bubble tube. There's still a lot of work to do yet as far as the creeper farm. I'm thinking about incorporating explosives. Yeah, maybe TNT will speed the process up. I don't know. I think if I could just buckle down and just keep chopping away a few layers at a time, I could get down to bedrock pretty quickly with haste 2 and efficiency 5. You know, I got the Instamine, but maybe TNT is the way to go. I just don't want to cause a lot of damage that I'm going to have to repair later. At least with the digging it out manually, I'm kind of smoothing out the walls as I go, and I'm also like trying to get rid of, like you can see, this is all like either stone or andesite. I got some gravel in here. I want to stick to the gray colored stones. I want to get rid of all the, you know, granite and diorite that's visible. It just, I don't know. I they just don't blend well with the cave walls, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm gonna go chop down some trees, I guess. So after I got the trees out of the way, I had to just take a step back and look at what this place has become so far, and and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's like I got a compound here. It's not just a starter base anymore. And then yeah, the work is getting done in the ravine still. Um, yeah, I still haven't finished the bubble tube. I had wait on some more wood, but then I found some in a chest, so I'm gonna craft up what I need to finish that up. But before I do, I gotta harvest ice because I'm gonna use ice to build the bubble tubes. That's gonna make things easier. Um, but yeah, there's still a lot to be done around here. Like I wanna fully decorate uh all around this area. Maybe have like a bridge going over the ravine and pathways everywhere with the carpet blocks. Um, just to, you know, like a nice even walkway. I definitely want to get one in here or a whole bunch of carpet in here, like a path leading to that cave, and then all the way across over to the ice farm. Um, but yeah, I'm still waiting on that one sheep wool farm to stock me with the carpet that I need, basically. Which I still haven't finished this part yet, so that's probably going to come first before I start laying in all the different pathways and such. Um, yeah. Well, yeah, I better harvest this up and harvest up this ice and see if I can get this bubble tube finished here before the end of this episode. I kind of am doubting I'm gonna finish the creeper farm. Uh, like I feel like I'm already kind of stretching this one out. I'm way behind on uploads. I got to get this uploaded sometime during the week so I can upload Endercraft later in the week. And uh, but yeah, you know, I'm getting the work done. It's just hard to get it all recorded. So yeah, I better get back to it. And as you can see, I have completed the bubble tube on this side. And this goes all the way down to Y level 11. So it takes me right down to diamond mining level. Not that I've been diamond mining much. Loads and loads of materials gathered from this digging. But here's the progress on that. And I do believe I'm down to about Y25 here. And I'm going to take this all the way down to bedrock is my plan. And then I'll start building up from there. I might even push this wall back. And that's, I don't know. I want to see how it all maps out. Like, I'm just kind of, like, I'm not really getting real technical with this. But, I guess just kind of experimenting with like 116 spawn mechanics because I haven't really done much with mob farms since then. I mean, the update hasn't been out very long. And like I said before, I don't expect this to produce on an astronomical level. But if, you know, provided all the caves in the area are well lit and I create a dark area where only creepers can spawn, I mean, it's got to produce some creepers, right? And if we could at least get some gunpowder coming in on a regular basis, it should help out with the rocket situation. I am currently down to 12. I did mention before I probably have some gunpowder in stock that I could craft some rockets with, but I doubt it's very much. Like if I got more than 10 gunpowder in a chest somewhere, I'll be surprised because I already used a bunch of it to craft the rockets that I have. Um, but you know what? I think I'm gonna finish the rest of this dig in between episodes, and then probably the beginning, pick up the next episode with building of the farm and seeing how it all works out. I wanted to get more done in this episode. It's just I'm completely out of time. I gotta start getting things edited, and not to mention I'm sure I got enough footage to make this a full length episode, so I'm not lacking there. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of the build off camera, and we'll pick it up in the next one. And so, my friends, that completes today's episode. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button. And if you're interested in seeing more from me, consider subscribing as well. I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching and wish you all a wonderful day.